You got the aviator team here. Ed Yvonne Ortiz, Ruby Run aviator team. I'm passing on to you, no further ado, Mr. Columbus Pollard.
Hey, Willis, how you doing, buddy?
You sound like way back in the day. How you doing, buddy? What's your name? Yeah. I'm doing good, Columbus.
Hey, man, that is fantastic, man. I want to just thank you and Jeanette, man, I'm sorry, Holly Berry. I saw Jeanette sitting out there, and we have this running joke for, I don't know how many years I've been knowing Willis and Jeanette now. Well, you go 96, 20, I don't know, that's what, 20 plus years we've been doing each other. And we talk often. And man, they're just great people. And I just wanted to thank you for allowing me, for asking me, man, to come on and spend some time, not only with your business, but then to collaborate with your upline, Ed and Yvonne Ortiz, to have us come on and speak to the hierarchy, man. I just, that's just a great honor. And I appreciate that. I thank you for that. I love you for that. Congratulations, Ed. Ed just went over $700,000 in income. And then his son, Eric, and his wife, man, just $325,000 earners, $300,000 plus earners. And then you got Edward Fernandez, one of the top recruiters in the company, $200,000 plus earner, Jason, Jackie Ortiz, son and daughter-in-law. And then, Willis, you're fighting to get over $200,000 in income. RVP Brendan and Janae Riviera, RVP Natasha Munez. Okay, Jasmine Hatch, RVP, racing to 100,000. Hot Shots, that's on the team. Regional leader Brittany and Will Monroe. Okay, the up and comers. Strong 30 by 30 monthly base shop. And guys, I tell you, man, you guys got great leadership from the top down and from the bottom up. And so I just want to appreciate you guys for allowing me to come on and spend the next few minutes with you. As I bring up my presentation, I'm gonna try to keep all of this together, but I do get kind of emotional when people ask me to come on and they ask me to tell my story. I do get kind of emotional about it. Willis, can you hear that? Can you see that, Willis? Can you see that? Can you see that, Willis?
I can't see it yet. I only see you right now.
You still only see me. Okay. I hit a share button. Let me go back and hit share again. And I'll ask you that off and on. Can you see it? Let me see. Let me hit share again.
Okay, here we go. It's coming up. I see it now.
It's coming up now.
See it now.
Okay, new share. Okay, so we got it. All right, beautiful. All right, let me see if I can bring this up, the slideshow up. You can see it now? Okay.
It's perfect, Columbus. I can see it. It's perfect.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Now I'll ask you that as we're going through the presentation. And okay. I get kind of emotional, guys, about this is because you asked me about my life. You asked me to tell the story, and you actually tell me about my life. And just buried a brother. Oldest brother just died January 14th. And so we just buried him. And Art Williams absolutely changed my life. He said, you can have it all. And that's one of the things that changed my life. From the standpoint hearing Art Williams say, I want to have great kids, I want to have a great family, I want to have a great business. And my wife and myself, we bought into that and said, man, I want to have great kids. I want to have a great family life. I want to have a great business. And from that standpoint, guys, we went out building a business with our why. And our why was being the things that Art Williams said that we could have. That's a picture of my father there. My mother died when I was 7 years old. She left 5 kids, kid 11, 9, I was 7, sister 3, sister 2 weeks old. And the oldest one that was 11 years old, my brother, he's the one on the left-hand side there. That's my mother who died when I was young. My brother on the left-hand side, he just died. The brother in the middle died in 1989. And that's the little guy that looked like he smelled something. That's me. And out of that picture, I'm the only one that's left today. When I grew up, this is the home that I grew up in. When I left and joined the military, I walked out of that house. That was a 650 square foot home. Had a 1-bedroom, didn't have an inside toilet until I was 15 years old. And as soon as you stepped on the inside the door, you stepped into the living room, and that's where we had a pull-out couch. That's where I slept at. That's a picture of when I was a kid. That was fields. That was all fields. We farmed that: watermelons, cantaloupe, snaps, butter beans, things of that nature. You see the 2 gas tanks on the other side. That was a little country store that my dad had that we ran when I was a kid. That's another shot of it from my grandfather's side, who carried the mail in our community for over 33 years. My oldest brother, who just passed away, the young lady on the left side, that's his oldest daughter. The one in the red pants is his youngest daughter, and that's my son, Columbus, when he was like probably 1.5, probably 2 years old in that picture. And then this is me coming back home saying that I'm gonna go back in those fields and do some work. I lasted about 15 minutes doing that process. It didn't last long. I had gotten away from that. I was a basketball player in high school, and I met a basketball player in high school. She was one of the stars for the women. I was one of the stars for the guys, and we hooked up. And through the process of hooking up, she got pregnant, and I was in the 10th grade when she got pregnant, and kids was born. I had a set of twins when I was in the 11th grade, Lorraine and Larice. And my father set me down and he said, look, man, you got to take care of your babies. And I knew he meant that. So, I didn't go to college. I was forced to kind of go the military route, right? So I joined the United States military. I made E5. I was in military intelligence. I made E5 in 2 years, E6 and 5. So I had a pretty good military career going on when I came in. I had the pleasure of being in the military. I had the pleasure, man, of working with the SR-71 Blackbird. We tracked that thing. I know many of you guys probably haven't heard about it. You can go ahead and Google it now. It's unclassified, but it was a reconnaissance plane, and all it did is flew around the world. Ed Ortiz knew about it. He was a pilot, so he probably knows a little bit about it. It just flew around the world and took pictures. I had the pleasure of working with that when I was in the military in Okinawa, Japan. And then when they retired it, here in Richmond, they had one at the airport, and I actually had the opportunity to meet Joe Kanigo, who was one of the pilots that I actually tracked when I was in Okinawa, Japan. It was incredible. They retired and he came into Richmond. And this is where I worked at in Hawaii. This is where I met my wife at, in a tunnel in Hawaii. This is on the island of Oahu. I was the 13th person to check into that unit in October 1980. I had to walk about 1.5 miles underground to get to my desk where I worked at. And they brought Allison in one day. I said, man, who's this lieutenant? And then I went to S2 and had my basketball coach who was in charge of S2. He introduced me to her. This is where when Snowden left and went to Russia with his secrets, this is one of the places that he worked at in Hawaii when he left the island. I can't understand why he's still living. I don't understand why he didn't catch a bullet, but that's not for me to say. Okay. All right. So this is, I met Allison in 1982. She got to the island in September 1982. I met her October of 1982, 30 days after she got on the island. And then in 7-8 months, they had a program called Rent Plus. In about 7-8 months, we were buying a house together in Oahu. This is my first paycheck. I got licensed in Primerica, January 1984, put my IBA in December. Charles Whitener, I was his second client. I lived on the 27th floor. He lived on the 26th floor. He said to me, he said, man, I got something to talk to you about. I didn't really know him. We just passed each other in the elevator all the time. He said, I got something I want to talk to you about. And I said, okay, I'm working shift work. Come see me the next day at 12 o'clock. He came with a gunnery sergeant, guys. And he started explaining this concept about term insurance and mutual funds. I had $100 a month going for a $100,000 whole life policy that I bought through Academy Life, through the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. And the guy had sold me on the fact that I was going to have a couple $100,000 when I got 65 years old. I knew my family wasn't going to have any kind of money like that. And so I had that government allotment going. And I felt pretty good about it when Charles Whitener told me about buy term invested difference, and he was able to give me the same amount of insurance for like $20, $30 a month. And then he told me if I could take the other $75 a month, put it in a good Fidelity mutual fund at that time, right? Then I could have almost $1 million. It blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. So I became a client of the company in 1981, 3 years before I actually joined the business. And so the question is that when I decided I played basketball, I was a pretty good basketball player. I thought I had a shot because I played all Army basketball. I thought I had the shot in the back door of the NBA through the United States Army. I found out there was a lot of good players and only a few great ones. I found out I was just good, and they don't pay you any money for being good. So I gave up my basketball career. I just stopped playing altogether because I played basketball 7 days a week, guys. And I found out I had appointments and I had a basketball game, right? And guess what I was doing? I was going to the basketball game, right? And so I found out that I couldn't build a business and play basketball at the exact same time frame because I was passionate about playing basketball. And so I had to give up basketball. So the question I'm gonna ask you, what are you willing to give up so that you can pursue your dreams and goals and your reasons or your why as to why you're doing Primerica? I got licensed January 1984. In 15 months, I made regional vice president. Actually, in March of 1985, I made regional vice president. I didn't get out of the military until June 28th, 1985. So I made RVP before I actually got out of the military. Since I got promoted in Hawaii, then I had never seen the family headquarters. And so when I came back stateside, I went down to the international headquarters at the home office that they had opened up, and we were A.L. Williams at that particular time. I got licensed and made RVP in Hawaii. My wife got transferred back because she was cryptology, so she was in the intelligence field also, and she got transferred to Fort Meade, Maryland. And so since I was from Virginia, I came back, and I stayed in Virginia probably for about, I don't know, maybe about a year, and about 6-7 months. And then when she had 6-7 months left in the United States Navy, and then I went to St. Louis where Charles Whiteman was at, okay? My wife was a 6th Black female, graduated from the Naval Academy, first African-American female to graduate from the Naval Academy from the state of New York. Because of this wonderful business, we were able to retire her in 1933. She worked for McDonnell Douglas at that particular time, which is now Boeing. When she came to St. Louis, got out, she got a degree in statistics. She helped design the UAV, the unmanned air vehicle. She worked on the Tomahawk missiles, and she worked on the Stryker system. That's what she did when she was working for Boeing. And so we retired her at 33 years old. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Because of Primerica, right there beside the 650 square foot home that I grew up in, I was able to put this 1,700 square foot home there for my father, man, fully furnished, man. I tell you, you get a set of keys to one of your parents, man. I tell you, it just does something to you when you see the reaction on their face. And this is the same field that we used to farm as a kid that I put that house there for my dad. Then you start talking about your kids. This is the twins now. They're 44 years old today. Lorraine, Larice, that's Lorraine on the left-hand side, Larice on the other side. This is the opposite picture of them. Larice on the left, now Lorraine's on the right-hand side. Lorraine is the vice president of public relations firm in New York City, one of the most prestigious PR firms in New York. Vice president of public relations here. She handles the Clintons. She handled Luther Vandross. She handled PR for a lot of different people. I can't tell you all of them because, of course, that stuff is confidential. And then you got the picture down there in the right-hand corner. She's not excited about that picture all the time, but I still keep it up there anyway. She's also an awesome mother. She's also an awesome mother. That's my grandbaby. I got one grandbaby. Her name is Jaden. That's my daughter, Larice. She doesn't have any kids, but she's a senior implementation specialist for the music industry. So all of my kids, man, are doing what it is that they want to do in life. Also, she does a breast cancer walk every single year. I'm supposed to do it. I was supposed to do it with her last year, but COVID-19 stopped me from doing it over a 2-day period of time. I think we walked like 60 miles or something like that. I said, baby, I can't do the 60 miles. But I can certainly go out there and go a good 5.2 or 10 miles, which I can't do the 60. Okay, and then she does a lot of different things with animals and dogs and things of that nature. And these are my two boys. My oldest boy, Columbus. He's Columbus II. He's a rope access technician. He's never had a job. Let me say it again. He's 31 years old. Just got married August of 2019 here on our property. Never had a job, and he was 7 years old when Primerica came and started doing in-house training for health classes, for life classes, and things of that nature, PFSU. And so what I did, I had one of the first PFSUs in the state of Missouri back in '96. And so what I did is I put a soda machine and a snack machine there, guys. And I sat down with my son. I sat down with Columbus, and I said, hey, look, these snack machines are yours. So him and I, that was some of the time that we spent together. We'd go to Walmart or go to Sam's twice a month, and we'd go get the sodas and the snacks and things of that nature. And then on Friday evening, we'd fill the machines up and things of that nature. So people had plenty of snacks for Saturday and Sunday. And I said, hey, look, all the monies that come from this is yours, right? And then also he worked for me, and he worked for me at 7 years old. And what he did, guys, is that he cleaned my office, and I paid him probably about $15, $20 a week, something like that, for him cleaning my office. So after about 2, 3 months, he comes to me and he said, Dad, hops up in my line. He said, Dad, you need to pay me a little more money. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, look, I'm making way more money from my snack machines, and I'm only giving them 2 days a month than I'm giving you, and I'm working for you 3 days a week, but you're paying me way less money than you're paying over here. And I sat down with him, and this is what I said to him. I said, son, what you're doing for me, cleaning the office, I said, that's a job. I said, so you got to give time to get that money. I said, that's a job. Okay. I said, but your business, once you set your businesses up, once you set your system up, what you're finding out is you can go other places and you can still make money. I said, that's the difference between owning a business and having a job. Guys, he's never had a paycheck in his life. He's always been self-employed. He's a rope access specialist. He travels all over the world. He was in India in 2019, had a contract with, I forget the energy company. It'll come to me, but they took him to India because they have all those windmills over there and things of that nature. So he went over there for 3 weeks so he could teach the instructors how to teach the people when you go into windmills and something happens, you have to use ropes to get out of there. Okay. So he went there, they sent him there to teach. The guy Welch used to run the company. I can't think of what his name is. But anyway, that's what he does, is rope access specialist. He's worked all over the country. He worked in the new arena that the Golden State Warriors had. They built the arena before they went in there and played. They had to go in there and move some antennas, so they still bring heavy equipment. They did a subcontract with my son. He went in there and, they move antennas and things of that nature. So very excited about him. He's also a builder and a designer. So this kid has been building since he was like 2, 3 years old. We bought him some building blocks, and then he built houses as a kid, little small playhouses, and sold those things. And so we're very, very excited about all of our children, right? And then this is James. This is my youngest boy. This is the one that was born when I first met Willis. That he said the little one was in the daggone stroller when we were moving. He just graduated from. James just graduated from Philadelphia University, which is now Jefferson University in Philadelphia. And he got me started playing golf when he was about 10 years old. He looked at me one day and he said, Dad, he said, look, I want to learn how to play golf. We were hitting a little plastic set. He was hitting a plastic set with his cousin. And he said, Dad, I want to learn how to play the game. I said, seriously? He said, yeah. So look, we'll take some lessons. And guys, a couple of weeks later, we had to take the lessons. He comes to me. He said, Dad, I thought you said we were going to take some lessons to learn how to play golf. I said, son, you really want to do that? Yeah. And so we did it, guys. And we traveled all over the world and we played golf together. So he got his degree in mechanical engineering from Philadelphia U. He was a golfer and a tennis player in college. So he went to college from Hanover High. He went to the state for tennis. He went for doubles. He went for singles. Okay, they didn't win, but he went for doubles and he went for singles. And then so he got a scholarship, $60,000 a year education at Philadelphia U. His academics took care of $15,000 a year. His tennis took care of $15,000 a year. And then my wife and I wrote a check for the rest of it. All 4 of my kids, all of them went through college, totally debt-free because of the concepts that we learned from Primerica. And so here he is today. He's a professional ultimate Frisbee player with the Philadelphia Phoenix. And so I'd never heard of ultimate Frisbee before until he started playing. He explained it to us and things of that nature. So they were trying to put ultimate Frisbee a part of the Olympics. And so he graduated from college. He signed a contract with them. They don't make a whole lot of money. They give him travel expenses and things of that nature. But he works for me. He's on my payroll, does things for us. So he's able to pursue his goals and pursue his dreams because of Primerica and because what it is that my wife and myself, we were able to go out there and go do. And what we've always done is we've always put our resources behind our kids. I drove a 1998 Lincoln Town car from 1990. I bought that car in 1999, and I drove that car, man, until he graduated, until he started driving. And I gave that car to him, and I just got that car back last year. Just got that car back. And this is my granddaughter here, 17 years old. Introduced her, Jaden, introduced her to a vision board when she was about 10, 11 years old. She put up a vision board, started talking to her about her goals, dreams, and put a vision board in place. And everything that's on her vision board, she has accomplished. She just signed a contract over $200,000 with San Jose State. back in November. They gave her a full scholarship, a full ride for playing basketball. She's 6'1", man, got a sweet game. And the last thing that's on her vision board is that she wants to play professional basketball, but she wants to do it overseas. So that's the last thing that's on her vision board. So excited about where this young lady is going with her goals and her dreams. She played AAU basketball, and so I bought something called a sprinter that you saw them in their team in there. And that sprinter, man, I have a professional driver that drives my daughter and drives my kids and drives my family all across America, because I do business in 49 different states. I've got a sales force of about 880 people. And so as we travel across the country, now me and my wife, we travel in our sprinter. And this is my family here on the inside of my home. We were fortunate enough, man, that in 2017 at Indianapolis National Convention, the company's always spotlights a family. So they spotlighted my family in 2017. So we were very, very thankful for that. Partnership. This is my wife, Allison. I'll tell you a little bit about her. Different pictures, me, different sizes across the world as I grow and decrease and grow and decrease as I get old. We did a great meeting in the Smoky Mountains back in, I think it was like December 2018. We just had an incredible meeting, man, going into the new year. And we set a goal. We had a sales force of about 500 people. And we said we wanted to grow that to 2,000 people in 5 years. So we got a 5-year game plan. I got 2 years, 10 months left on that 5-year game plan. And we wanted to grow from 500 to 2,000. We did that in the Smoky Mountains, man. We rented 3 cabins up there. We had about 130. Each cabin held 50 people. And man, we took the food, we took everything up there, man. We had Roy Matlock come up, we had Andy Young come up, and man, just talk to it. And some home office people come up. It was just incredible, incredible meeting, right? Stay-at-home mom, that's what my wife wanted to do. My wife retired Navy. I retired her, I told you I retired her, but you know, she had a commission. She was cryptology. They didn't have anything for her to do. And so what she did is she volunteered her services from the standpoint of she did funerals. She did funerals for the Navy. She did funerals for the Marine Corps, because we believe in this country. We believe, man, we live in the richest country in the world. If you don't, the greatest country in the world, if you don't believe that, all you got to do is go to foreign countries. And when you see how they live, then you'll appreciate America that much more. So we always believe in giving back. And she did 25 years, 5 months, 6 days in the United States Navy. And she did over 1,300 funerals. As far as folding the flag. So very, very excited about her career and what she's done. That's what I was driving around in town in until the pandemic. That's the sprinter that I talked about. One of our leaders in front of that, Ursula Burks Johnson, just went over $300,000 in income last month, got ownership. We had a school back in 2019. They weren't $1 million earners then. Brother Mallett and him and his wife came out along with our RVPs. They came out and we had them going around Richmond in our sprinter. We're giving them a tour of the city. This is my home. You know, you saw what I grew up in. This is what I live in today. I got 10,000 square feet on 10 acres. I call that my 10 by 10. Okay. Yes. Can you guys still hear me? That's the back. Yep. That's the back side of my house. Taking a look at the back side of my house, my swimming pool, my cabana. That's, you know, I don't even know the name of all that stuff, man. That's all that stuff. But then you're looking down at my heated swimming pool in my backyard. And then that's another picture of my swimming pool. And we got the gas grill over there to the left. And the daggone, what's that thing called a cabana, that little white house, okay? That's the swimming pool there again. That's the cabana there. That's my backyards. You look down there to my pond. My pond is stocked. You can go down there and fish. I got bass. I got trout. I got big mouth bass, small mouth bass. I got catfish in there. That thing is stocked. I got a shooting range on my property. I got peaches, apples, figs, grapes on my property. So my brother who passed away said something to me that was absolutely incredible. He looked at me and he said, probably back in June, he had cancer. June or July, he looked at me. He said, brother, he said, you know, he said, COVID-19 was the best thing that ever happened to you. I looked at him and said, Jimmy, I said, why do you say that? He said, man, you got this beautiful piece of property here, but you stay on the road and you're traveling all the time. You've never had an opportunity to enjoy it. And he says, now you've had an opportunity to enjoy your property. So, you know, this is my property at night. This is on the inside of the house. When I moved into the house, my son, he built this library. I took upstairs where the bedrooms is at. I told my son, I said, son, look, I got all my books and boxes and things of that nature. I will need you to go ahead and build my library. So my son, who's never had a job, he built that library for me. That's my wine cellar. that's in my that's in my home. You're going upstairs, that room there, the furniture that you're looking at there, that's solid teak wood, that wall unit and that coffee table, that's solid teak wood. I bought that stuff in 1978 in a place called Okinawa, Japan. I can't even get a price tag on how much that furniture is worth in that room. That's our kitchen, one of our leaders in the kitchen. That's Bob Thomas, the guy you see sitting on the right. He came out and did an event for us back in 2019. Very excited about that. That's downstairs in the basement. Pool table, workout equipment that my wife keeps telling me, why do we have this workout equipment here? You don't seem to work out too often. So it holds towels and things of that nature. I think it does pretty good holding towels, okay? These are the options that Primerica has allowed us to do, play golf all over the country. That's the great Mark Goodlow, real good friend of mine. And then you got Mr. Lawrence Walker right there in the middle. So we golf. And me and my son, man, we went up there in 2019, man. We went and spent some time following Tiger Woods as he was golfing over those 4 days. He golfed 2 of the 4 days. We went that Thursday and Friday, man. We were blessed to be able to spend some time following here. What's your legacy? Art Williams told us that you can have it all, guys. And what I'm telling you, man, is you can have it all. You can have great kids. You can have a great family life. You can have a great business. But the key is you got to figure out what your why is. You got to figure out the reasons. What's your reasons of joining Primerica? And you got to have a list of them. What are your reasons? Are you your kids? Are you your parents? Is it the community? Right? See, what is it that you want? Why are you doing it? And once you figure out what your reasons are, then you'll go do the work. Once you figure out the reasons. But if you don't ever figure out your reasons, you don't ever figure out what your why is, as soon as you take a note, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna quit. See, we own our business, and we've had ownership in our business, man, for years. We're part of the Wall of Fame with Primerica. Very, very excited about that. We make over $800,000 a year. And so, guys, my question to you is this, right? What is it that you're going to do? What's going to make you go out there and do the things that's necessary to go build a business? And one of the keys, guys, you got to understand when you build up a business, when you're building a business, is you got to understand, man, what you're building. So let me bring this up. And the key, guys, is this, is you got to build field trainers. So you got to build field trainers. See, if you're not building field trainers, man, if you're not a field trainer, listen to me. Listen to me. If you don't become a field trainer, you'll never build a business. You got to be the best field trainer in your RVP-based shop. Because you see, once you qualify the list and you go through your list, if you haven't mastered the systems, you pay 100. Listen to this. We got a marketplace that's 325 million people. 100 million people don't have any life insurance at all. And 9 out of 10 that have it don't have enough. So every time you sit down with somebody with your license, right? Then guys, they need the products and services that you have. Middle income Americans not putting their money in mutual funds. They're putting their money in banks, credit unions, savings, loans. You got to get your investment license. People need a game plan in case they live, need a game plan in case they die. And in between, they have emergency, right? So they need an emergency fund. You need to have a game plan to get your securities license. You got to become a field trainer if you're going to go take advantage of what's available in front of you. So one of the first things that I did is I did an assessment of my organization at the last quarter of last year. And I said, man, what's the problem? The problem in my whole hierarchy is we got a skill set challenge and a mindset challenge. So we had a skill set and a mindset. Now we could have worked on the skill set, right? We work on the skill set. That's wonderful. We can give them the skills, but guess what? They don't have the mindset. They don't have the thought process to go run the business, right? So they don't have the thought process. Well, we can work on them being positive. Man, I've spent thousands of dollars. I got a daggone high school diploma. I came to the table, man, I had limited stuff inside of me. Allison, man, was a Naval Academy grad. Man, her thought process was totally different than mine. She looked at the world differently, right? So guys, look, I had to read books, man, to catch up. I had to bring my level of thinking up to where her level of thinking was. When I met her, man, she took me, look, I had seen Primerica. I saw it in 1981. I met Allison in 1982 when I'm 30 days after she got on the island. Within 2 weeks, man, of us going out, you know what she did? She took me to an Amway meeting. And I sat down and said, so wait a minute. I said, you understand this? I said, what are you going to do with this? She said, well, my sponsor, we're talking about opening up an office on here on the island. And I looked at her, I said, you really understand this stuff? She said, yeah. I said, well, look, if you love this, if you like this, you're going to love what I'm doing, because I'm thinking about A.L. Williams now, right? And what I saw, now this is 1982, right? But guys, I had to get better. I spent hundreds of books, thousands, I probably spent in 30 some years, over $100,000 in books and tapes and workshops that I've gone to get better, to get the right mindset. And now you get all that stuff free. So what I told our team, I said, look, 4 times a day, get on YouTube. Get on YouTube, man, and get out there, man, and listen to Les Brown. Man, go out there and listen to TD Jakes. Go out there and listen to Jim Rohn. Go out there and listen to all these great, man, you got this stuff free. It's at your fingertips. When you first get up in the morning, if you're still going to work, if you're going to work on your way to work, man, turn the radio off and put your phone in and listen to YouTube. Man, then on your lunch break, right, listen to YouTube. When you're getting ready to come back home at night, right, go and listen to YouTube. And before you go to bed at night, listen to YouTube. Guys, look, you got to program this computer up here to understand, man, how to think, what your thought process is. So I told them, I said, we can give them the skill set, but they won't be able to run the business. We can give them the mindset, but if we don't give them the skill set, then they still won't be able to run. I can give you a McDonald's franchise. See, would you own a McDonald's? Most people would, not because they got the best hamburgers in the world. They would own a McDonald's franchise because it's one of the most successful franchises in the country, in the world, no question about it. After expenses, the average McDonald's franchisee makes $150,000. But it costs them anywhere from $1 million to $2 million up front. They got to have $750,000 sitting on the sidelines, and they got to pay $45,000 on a franchise fee. And it takes them 2 years. They send them to Oak Park, Illinois, Hamburger U. It takes them 2 years. They give them 2 years to master the systems from shift manager up to general manager. And you can't say, I got the money, but I got somebody that's going to run it. No, you're buying it. You got to know how to clean the toilets. You got to know how to empty the trash cans. You got to know how to cook the fries, the hamburgers. You got to know how to run the systems. It's the exact same thing here in Primerica. There's systems. You paid $124, not $1 million to $2 million as a franchisee of McDonald's. It costs you $124, but there's systems. There's a prospecting system, a presentation system. There's 325 million people. We got a referral system that will introduce you to those 325 million people. You got to take the time to sit down and master the beneficiary/emergency contact system, the happy client system, the steaming system, the linking system, the how you get a new recruit off to a fast start. You got to master that stuff like you know that. You got to know that stuff like you know your name. Those are the systems that if you master them, when you get a client, right, you write up a life insurance or IRA, you get the beneficiaries. There's a system that we have in place where we contact those people. Man, you got to know those systems and how to follow up on those systems. Art Williams told us if you did A531, he said if you do A531 in a week, you'll build a business. I did A531. I built the business. I became financially independent in this thing. This business changed my whole family tree. Man, all my brothers and sisters, 3 of them are gone. One was mentally retarded. He died in '89, but my sister who died in 2011 and my brother that just died, man, all of them left estates over $500,000-$600,000. My sister that was on welfare was 2 weeks old when my mama died. She's $100,000. She was on welfare, guys, when I came into the business. She's $100,000 a year earner today. Her name is Jan Robinson Biggs. She's not only does she makes $100,000 a year, her daggone daughter, man, my niece makes over $100,000 a year in this thing. Do you understand, man? This business has changed my family tree, the concepts and the opportunity, because me and my wife made a decision 36 years ago, man, that we were going to take advantage of this opportunity, because this little bald-headed white guy said you can have it all. You can have great kids, great family life. You can have a great business. And we bought into those concepts. Man, you guys are standing at the door. A lot of you guys are standing at the door. And people in your family, people in your neighborhood are waiting for you to step through the door. They're waiting for you to take the keys out of your pocket and open up the door. But you're afraid to take the keys out. You're afraid to open up the door. But guys, success, as soon as you open up the door, success is on the other side. Then the door is open, man. Look at what's on the other side of that door, financial freedom. Not only for you, for your kids, for your grandbabies, for your brothers, for your sisters, for your mom and dad, for the community. Allison and I have helped thousands of people, man, become successful. From clients, from people that we spoke to. Look, the things that we've been able to do on the inside of Primerica. I was the first African-American to run a $100,000 base shop. First one, my wife Allison, man, our business was booming so much in the 90s. Allison sat on the board. You understand? She sat on the board with Glenn Williams and sat on the board with the past CEO of the company. She's the only Black person that's ever sat on the board of Primerica because of the business that we were able to build during the 90s that propelled us to financially independent. I was a part of AALC. I'm still a part of it. I sit on the executive committee. I started a mentorship program. That mentorship program that we started, I stepped down from it after I built it. I stepped down because I wanted to pay attention to my grandbaby and to my business and grow my business. Guys, do you understand, man? We mentor over 800 regional vice presidents across the country. People that came through that thing today are making $1 million a year. And that's something that me and my wife, and I took my own resources and put that thing in place. For the AALC, guys, we've been able to help hundreds of people become financially independent, thousands of people. But we had to open the door. We had the keys. See, the key is not the amount of money that you make, is what you become in the process. The people that you're able to help in the process. What are you becoming? Are you being a better person? If Ed Ortiz gave you $1 million right now, probably if you don't grow, not probably, but if you don't grow, if he gave you $1 million right now, in 2 to 3 years, $1 million will go to the wayside. Why? Because you don't have $1 million mentality. You got to go become that person. You better get $1 million mindset. You better get $1 million attitude. If not, you're going to lose it. And so, guys, you got the key to the door, man. You got to look. You got to step through the door. People are waiting on you. You're clogging up the system. They're waiting for you to step through. So you got to understand the first thing that you got to do, man, is that you got to go become a field trainer. See, look at this. If you become a field trainer, this is what I sold my team on, my whole hierarchy. We do mentorship calls on Sunday nights from 8 to 10 Eastern, 7 to 9 Central. And we broke it down, sales reps, sales leaders in one category, districts in the one category. Then we have divisions and regional leaders in another category. And so we got our captains. I set it up just like I set up the mentorship program in AALC. So our captains are $200,000 plus earners. And these guys, man, have co-captains, and all the co-captains make $100,000. And man, we're teaching them the systems, the beneficiary/emergency contact, the steaming system, the linking system, and we're drilling from skill, not just talking, we're drilling from skill. And I got each one of them, man, set on being a field trainer by the end of the first quarter. Let's look at these numbers. If you decide to become a field trainer by the end of the first quarter, and it's you plus 2, you make sure you got the skills, and then you help 2, and then you got 3 field trainers. So you got 3 qualified field trainers, got the right thought process and the right mindset. Because if I give you a McDonald's franchise, I can teach you the systems, but if you don't have the thought process to show up early and how to treat people, how to push people up, you can't win. So I can give you the right thought process, man. You know how to think, but if you don't know the systems, you can't run the business. So we got to teach you both of them. So here you are, man. You got you plus 2. You got 3 field trainers at the end of the first quarter. Come April the 1st. Each one does 5 by 5. 5,000 in premium, 5 recruits, minimum. You got a 15 by 15 base shop RVPs, regional leaders, division leaders. Man, if they do 10 by 10, you got a 30 by 30 base. At the end of the second quarter, at the end of June. So we got April, May, June. What's the key? Now those 3 field trainers, at the end of the next quarter, each one just does 1. Each one of them just built 1 field trainer. Now you got 6. You got 6 field trainers, man, that's doing a minimum 5 by 5. Guys, you know as an RVP, you got a 30 by 30 base. If you got a 30 by 30 base, you got good QBI, good persistency, because you should have it. Whereas this system, you know the system, so most of this business is referral business. You're not getting off the internet. You're not walking from the street, right? You got somebody that's introduced you to somebody, introduce you to somebody. So if something happens and a policy lapses or a person cancels a mutual fund, you'll get a report on it. You can call the person don't answer, then you can call the person who introduced you to the person and say, look, something happened, obviously with the person that let the life insurance go to mutual funds. What's going on with them? Then so you can go back to the person and you got leverage in helping that person, man, keep something in place, right? So if you got 6 field trainers, they're doing 5 by 5, that's a 30 by 30 base. That'll pay you as an RVP over a couple $100,000 a year, right? 10 by 10, you're at 60 by 60 base. At the end of the third quarter, come October, look at this. End of the third quarter, each one produces a field trainer, just 1, not great numbers. Each one does 1. Then you got 12 field trainers. Each one of them doing 5 by 5 on their own pen through their teams. Guys, that's a 60 by 60 base. Now, guess what you're getting ready to start doing? You're getting ready to start producing your first RVP. It's getting ready to come out. It won't come out of $30,000 base, but it'll certainly come out of $50,000, $60,000 base. If they're doing 10 by 10, that's 120 by 120. And at the end of the fourth quarter, at the end of the year, each person, 12 field trainers, each one of them does one. Man, you got 24 field trainers. You got 24 field trainers doing 5 by 5. Man, that's 120 by 120. Man, 10 by 10, that's 240. Guys, do you understand your SVP? Do you understand, man, you're doing 200,000 in premium through your hierarchy? Guys, do you understand? Man, you had $500,000 in income. Minimum. Guys, see, look, man, it ain't tough to go build a business. You just got to have the reasons. You got to understand why you're going to go build this thing. See, look, I came up with this. I had to come up with this, man. So I had to come up with this. Because I was taking everything personal. And I had to realize, man, it ain't personal. It's just part of business. Right? So I came up with this. I came up with this concept. This concept says, please tell me no. Listen, look at this. Man, let's say brand new, and I go through this, guys, with every brand new person that comes into our business. Right? Let's see if I can pull it up. I go through this with every brand new person that comes into our business. Why? Because I'm managing expectation. Can you see this? Give me a thumbs up.
Columbus, yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
So guys, look, let's say a brand new person come into the business with 50 people. Man, look, we know, look, that business not going to, look, all that business is going to do is help them learn the business. And when I explain to people, let's take a look at what 80% of what's going to happen if 80% of people tell you no. So you start out a list with 50, 40, I'm telling you no. No, thank you, leave me alone. But 10 told you yes. We work off referral system, right? So those 10 people that told us yes, we're going to get at least 10 referrals from each one of them, beneficiary/emergency contact, happy clients. It's easy to get 10 referrals, right? So then you got 100 people to go see. But this is a question. The 10 people, you don't got licensed, the 10 people that sold you yes, your average client, $300, but what's 300 times 10? That's $3,000. So now the only question you got to ask yourself, can you handle no 40 times if you know what? $3,000 on the back end. Please tell me no and tell me no quick. So we work off the referral system. I get 10 referrals from each people. Now I got 100 people to go see. 100 people that's still what? In my warm, natural market. See, Willis is a happy client. He referred me to who? He referred me to Ed, right? Well, I know when I call Ed, I send him a text message, right? I sent him a text message, and I told Willis to send him a text message to say, hey, I'm going to be contacting him, and I shared some information with him that drastically changed his financial future, and he insisted I share the information with Ed. When I contact Ed, I said, text him my name, text him my number, so he'll recognize it when he see it. So when Ed see my number, Ed's going to say, well, wait a minute, that's the guy that Willis was telling me about. So he's going to accept my call, so he takes my call. That's the guys, the referrals are easy, but I got 100 still warm natural market. 80 of the 100, 80% tell me no, thank you, leave me alone. But 20 said yes, but now I got a promotion. My average client's worth $500 to me. Well, what's 500 times 20? That's $10,000. So now the only question I ask myself in the mind is, can I handle no 80 times if I know $10,000 on the back end? Please tell me no, and please tell me no what? Fast. But 20 people said yes, I get 10 referrals from each one of them. Now I got 200 people to go see. People are still part of my warm, natural market. 80% leave me alone. Don't look. Don't call me. Leave me alone. 160 tell me no, but 40 told me yes. But now I got promoted, let's say, the regional leader. Right now, my average client's worth $1,000. Well, what's 1,000 times 40? That's $40,000. Now the only question I ask myself, can I handle no 160 times if I know $40,000 on the back end? Please tell me no. 40 told me yes. 160 told me no. I get 10 referrals. I got 400 people to go see. 80% no, thank you. 320 told me no, but 80 told me yes. But now I'm a regional vice president, average client $2,000. What's 2,000 times 80? That's $160,000. But see, guys, now those 320 no's, I don't have to take them personally because I built a business. So they're spread it out amongst my organization. See, so the only question in my mind, can you handle 320 no's if you know $160,000 on the back end? See, guys, look, man, look, there's no, people spend too much time worrying about no, thank you. That's the way it's supposed to be. Man, look, I built my business across the country and then I moved back home to take care of my father. Man, I know hundreds of people in the community where I grew up with. But do I talk to most of those people about my business? No, I don't. Why not? Because I understand their mindset, I understand their attitude, right? I understand because I grew up in that environment. So I know what their mindset. If they talk to me about the business, and I approach them about it. I don't talk to them about that. Most of them know I'm successful now. You know what I mean? I don't run around the neighborhood, millions of times, right? But I don't wear my wealth. I don't wear my financial independence. I don't wear that stuff in front of my people that I grew up with, right? I don't rub that stuff in their faces, right? See, because the key, you know what? That to me, that's personal. See, I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to win. I wanted to become financially independent. The company's, if I live, the company's going to pay us $1 million this year. We know that. We're building to $1 million. I built the business to 800,000. We're building field trainers. As we build the field trainers, when we build the sales force at the end of 2 years, 2 more years, 10 months, when we build that sales force, 2,000 licensed people, it's going to pay me $2 million a year. I know that. I understand that. I understand the numbers. We're building people. We're building districts, field trainers. We're building regional vice presidents that's got solid businesses. Guys, you got to understand, man, your why has to be big enough. It has to be strong enough. And guys, look, let me see if I can bring this up for you. Guys, it's crucial for you to understand this, right? Crucial for you to understand this. Where's it at? Where's the daggone thing at? You got to be good at setting goals. See, you got to be good at setting, man. You got to be a good goal setter. You got to be a good goal hitter. So you got to, man, look, you got to understand how important that is. Everybody that I know, everybody that I know that's won, everybody that I know that's financial independence, guys, well, guess what they're great at? They are great at their goals. And guess what they got? They got them written down. And guess what they do, man? They look at that stuff. See, they look at that stuff, right? So this is the key. This is what you need to do. Over the next 18 to 36 months, the question I got for you, who's going to get your feet? Who's going to get your feet over the next 18 to 36 months? See, what's your feet? See, what I ask you to do, guys, I'm asking you to draw this circle. So you need to draw this circle. And on the inside of that circle, man, you need to put your spirituality. I hope you believe in something that's bigger than yourself. I hope you do. It doesn't matter to me whether you're Baptist, Episcopalian, Muslim, Jehovah's Witness. None of that means anything to me. What means something to me is that you believe in something. Man don't make it snow. Man doesn't change the season. So we know that we can agree that something in the universe is bigger than us that makes us go through seasons. And all you're in right now is one of those seasons. And see, that season, you might be in a good season, you might be in a bad season, but guess what? The season is going to change. See, guess what? Man, we just came out of winter, which was a tough winter, but guess what follows winter? Spring always follows winter. So the season is going to change. All you got to do, man, is have a system in place and a mindset in place to understand that you need to stay in business and you need to be in business until the season changes. And you just need to do the right things. I came into this business in 1984. I didn't go over $100,000 in income until 1992. That's when I went over $100,000 in income. Now I moved from Hawaii and I moved to Virginia, and then I moved from Virginia and I moved to St. Louis. So I had 2 to 3 moves in there. So that set me back. But I didn't win. I didn't win it. I didn't grow a business until I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. See, I ordered Bob Saffer's third-party referral system. And when I mastered Bob Saffer's third-party referral system, and I told my team this, I said, look, if I'm at the same place at the end of the year, at the end of 92, that I am right now, I'm done. I got to go do something else. I've been doing this thing, look, because I'm not the type of guy that's going to sit on the sidelines, right, and just do nothing, right? My DNA said that I had goals and dreams that I needed to go be somebody. I need to go do something with my life. But guys, look, I had that meeting with my team. It was only like 5 or 6 of us. I said, at the end of the year, if I'm at the same place I am now, I said, I'm going to go do something else. But guys, this is the key. I said to them also, I'm going to be the best that I can be in this year. And guys, look, what I did is I went out there and got Bob Saffer's third-party referral system, and I mastered that system. When I mastered that system, I started teaching that system. I had a lady that I hired the business, Sharon Hudson, made $30,000 in 1992 in her first year in business just with term life insurance. She made 30,000 because she mastered that system, and she was master, man, going into the house and write up mother and father. And then she would have all their kids. She would have their brothers and sisters. She mastered that system, man, and exploded our business. I went from $50,000 in income to $100,000 in income in 90 days and went on to run a $100,000 base shop. One of the first to do that. Guys, because we mastered that system. I tell my team today, if we'd had our women say 8531 in a week, guys, RVPs, listen to me, RVPs, you should be doing 8531 in a day. See, RVPs, you should be doing 8531 in a day. Do you understand what Zoom and technology has allowed us to do as far as collapsing time frames? Field trainers, district leaders, division leaders. Man, look, man, if you want to go build this thing, every 2 days, you should be doing 8531. You can build that much faster. Man, the amount of money they're paying me, look, when I ran a $100,000 base shop, the most the company ever paid me was like $250-some thousand. You run a $100,000 base shop, you get a daggone 20% bonus on that stuff. The daggone 20% bonus on 100,000 is about 20 grand a month. Guys, it's mind-boggling, the money that they're paying today. The only difference between Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods became a daggone billionaire, right? Almost a billionaire, right? Well, Jack Nicklaus was just as good as he was. Tiger became just as good. I think Tiger is the best. But what's the difference? It was a time when Jack Nicklaus came along, man, golf wasn't paying that much money. Now, man, you're looking at the top 50 guys, and look, on a weekend, the top 50 guys, probably the top 75, over the weekend is pulling down almost $100,000 because of Tiger and what he did to golf and coming through there. It's the times, it's more money now. If I had that beneficiary/emergency contact system when I was building my business, guys, I could have built my business, man, 5 to 10 times bigger than it is today. I had to get the Bob Stafford third-party referral system, Willis, and then I had to get the client to sign the letter. Then I had to send the daggone letter. So I had to wait 2 or 3 days till they got the letter. Then they got the letter, right? Then I had to follow up, come there, car door open, car running, knocking on the door, appointment book only. I knock on the daggone door. Man, is Willis right home? Yeah, he's here. Willis, my name is Columbus Pollard. You received a letter from your best friend, Ed. No, I didn't get the letter. You didn't get a letter? Okay, well, here's a copy of the daggone letter. I had to give him the letter so he could read it. Once he read it, look up. Willis, that's what I'm here to talk about. And he would say one or two things. Either I'm busy, no problem. I'm just in the neighborhood. What's a good day for me to come back and talk to you and your wife? Or if he say, hey, man, yeah, okay, come in. Is your wife here? Yeah, she's here. Okay, I go on in, and let me cut my car, let me get my briefcase and go in and give a presentation. Guys, but I had to wait 2 or 3 days to follow up on the referrals. With the beneficiary/emergency contact system, right, I close Willis right out today. He gives me his 2 primaries. He gives me his primary, his secondary, and then he gives me his emergency contacts. He gives me 4 or 5 referrals like that. I said, well, Willis, man, send this text to Ed, letting him know, man, that you want, hey, look, you updated your financial information, and he's one of your primary beneficiaries. So the guy who you need to contact in case something happens to me, that guy, man, is going to call you. Here's his name. Here's his number. And so as soon as I call Ed, how you doing? Man, my name is Columbus Pollard. You received a text from Willis. Yes, I did. Well, as he said, he updated his financial information in case something happens to him, right? I'm the person that you need to contact. And, man, we started exchanging information. By the way, Ed, did he tell you why he did business with us? No, he didn't. Well, Ed, let me set a time so I can show you why he did business with us. Or do it right. Guys, do you understand I can do that immediately? That I'm not wasting 2 or 3 days. I ain't wasting 5 or 6 hours. That's an immediate contact. Man, it's incredible what you have the opportunity on right now. If you can see it, man, you got to see it, man. You got to see it, because if you can see it, you can go do it. You got to build this business 3 times. You got to build it in your mind. Then you got to put it on paper. Then you got to go do it. Man, it's easy to build a $30,000 base shop I just showed you. Man, you go out there and get 6 qualified field trainers, right mindset, right attitude, right? Each one bring you 5 by 5, that's 30 by, it's easy. Or you're going to do 10, you got 10 quality, look, and do 3 by 3. You got 10 doing 3 by 3, or 6 doing 5 by 5, or 5 doing 6 by 6, but you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Our women said, man, you can have great kids, you can have a great family life, you can have a great business. And I sit down there with Willis, and I said, man, that's what I want for my family. And man, at 25 years old, it hit me, man. It hit me something big. And so we went out, man, with that mindset. So guys, in closing, man, what you need to do, man, you look in the middle of that basketball, in the middle of that circle, man, you need to put your spirituality. And with your spirituality, guys, then in the middle, right? Believe in something. You got to put your friends, your children, full-time job, parents, Primerica and that, grandparents, spouse, children, things of that nature. On the outside, the circle, draw arrows and have smaller circles, right? Classmates, cousins, the auntie maybe that you see, once or twice a year. So if something happens on the outside of the circle, with the people on the outside of the circle, then you satisfy that relationship with a text message, with an email, with a telephone call. But the only people that get your feet over the next 18 to 36 months is what's on the inside the circle. And what's your feet? Your feet is your focus, your effort, your energy, and your time. And guys, if you do that over the next 18 to 36 months, you're eliminating your distractions. I promise you, man, wherever you're at right now, if you're a brand new person on this line, I promise you, man, you can move from where you're at to regional vice president to $150,000, $200,000 in income over the next 18 to 36 months. If you move your feet only toward what's on the inside your circle, man, people got so many distractions out there. And guys, if you decide to move your feet and just on what's on the inside that circle, I promise you, man, you step into your dreams. I wake up every single day and I step into my dream. I don't apologize for my lifestyle. I don't apologize because me and my wife, we have worked hard and taken advantage of this business opportunity. But man, I'm telling you, I thank God for our wins. I thank God for this company that they created a vehicle that somebody that looked like me, that came from where I came from. Man, whose mama died when he was 7 years old, who had to join the military, who had 2 babies when he was in high school, but had a father that said to him, man, you got to take care of your kids. And so I went on a mission to make sure that my family was taken care of. And guys, what an impact. You can't forget where you came from, and you can't look, guys, and you got to stay humble. I see so many people, man, they forget about their family. They forget about staying humble. They leave their wife, they leave their kids. I heard R. Williams say, man, to make a lot of money and to lose your family, he said, it ain't worth it. I bought into it. Alice and I, man, we've been together now for going on 39 years. 39 years. And I love her today more than I've ever loved. Don't like her every day, and she don't like me every single day, right? That's why I had to buy this big house after all my kids left, right? So if I get tired of looking at her, she go on one side of the house, she get tired of looking at me, I go on the other side of the house, right? But guys, I'm telling you, man, we built an incredible quality of life together. And man, Art Williams said life is just like a flicker, and it's gone just that fast. And I went from 25 to 62, just like that. Just like that. But I thank God we have great kids, we got a great family life, and we got a great business. Willis, man, I hope I said something, man, to help somebody.
Turn on your,
that was our intention.
Unmute and give CP some real love right about now, man.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Fire.
Thank you.
Right there,
Awesome.
man.
Awesome.
Your focus, your energy.
Fire. I'm telling you, gonna be some major doggone Columbus. I felt like you was talking to me like I always feel when you're talking, bro. Feel like it's just me and you on this thing. Now we had 100+ people on this thing, and I know everybody felt that. They felt, man, this dude is talking to me, right? Thank you.
Look, I love you, man. And we've been buddies, man, for a long time. We've been buddies for a long time, me, you, and Jeanette, man. And I just thank God for you. I thank God for Jeanette, man. And you got a great DNA, man. Ed and Yvonne, man, just been great leaders and mentors in the company, man. And man, I just thank God, man, that we're getting the opportunity, man, to be in business with people like you guys, man. And so your hierarchy is blessed, man. And the only thing that is now, guys, you just got to come together, man. I know Ed and Yvonne, man, are close to $1 million, man. If you guys get behind that run, right, then the guys that's trying to go to RVP will go to RVP. The people going over 100,000 get over 100. People going to 2 will get over 2. People going over 3. So you're all getting to the next level. You'll go to the next level, man, if you get behind Ed and Yvonne and where they're going and what they're doing, man. The whole hierarchy will just go to the next level, man. And that's what it's all about. But guys, look, in the process, you got to build field trainers. You got to build them, man, because those are the people that are your next regional vice president. The districts is fine. You got to build districts, but you got to make sure you got qualified field trainers. Love you, man.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Ed, I don't know if he's there or not. They're doing office.
Going on? Hey, listen, Columbus.
There he is.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, really appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you, man. Hey, everything that you done. And hey, guys, let me tell you, for those of you who don't know Columbus and Willis and Joe, these guys were, I mean, the backbone of the Army. These guys ran the Army, you know? Hey, man, NCOs all the way. You know, hey, listen, I work for a living. I was an officer, but I work for a living.
Hey, man,
but hey, listen,
we needed to cover, Ed. We needed to cover. You had to give us cover, right?
We really appreciate that. Hey, we got some exciting times, man. We just had some photographer come over here for a photo shoot for the company. So the whole family, look at here. We got the whole family here. Oh, we got the whole, you got there, bam, bam, bam. There's everybody here just kind of looking around. Hey, how you guys doing, man? We're just having our lives, man. We're just enjoying this, having a great time. And Columbus, thank you so much, man, for stepping up. And also thank you, Willis, for putting this whole together, man, putting this whole thing together, man. So proud of you guys, man. And I really thank you and thank everyone who's on this call, stayed on the call, man. We just got to continue taking it to the next level. So let's continue moving this thing and moving it forward, man. Because I'm telling you, Columbus, you and I, man, we got to take this to the million. Come on, let's go. We could do this thing, man. We could do this thing. So I appreciate you. But the only way we could do this is taking you guys with us. We can't do it on ourselves. You can't do it by ourselves. We know we need, if you're not making 50,000, go for that 50,000. 100,000, go for that, man. The more you do, the bigger it is. Okay. So I really appreciate you. And I want to pass it over to the great Willis Wright for putting this whole thing together, man. Willis, I mean, I can't thank you enough. I mean, you're a true dream player, man. Thank you. Thank you for everyone here. So with that, Will, I'll back to you, man. You the man.
Thank you, I'm just talking to for the kind words, buddy. Appreciate you, Ed. Congratulations to your success, man. Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all know how we do it, man. Columbus, thank you. I'll call you offline, man. I appreciate you bringing that to us, man. Oh, okay. They still over there. Let's unmute, y'all. Let's go ahead and do it. You know how we do it, right? How we close it out. There's nothing left to say. The only thing left to do now is to go get this job done. So you know, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Like Coach does. I'm gonna count it off now. Y'all ready, Eric? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. We are
Aviators. Let's go.
Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Coach
Willis. Great one.
Thank you, Coach Pollard.
Bye, Ed.